Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? What's pippity? What's pappity? What's parpity? I always like to ask those things of my audience when I begin my stream. How's it going? Yeah, well, welcome. Today is a post the Game Awards stream. Last night was the Game Awards. Watched it with my fiance Devin and my podcast co-host Sean. He came over and he watched it with us. Um and uh and yeah, we had an okay time. Um yeah, it definitely wasn't the worst Game Awards. I think on a technical level it was probably one of the best. Like he Jeff Keighley has really minimized gaffes this year. He pumped up security. I think honestly, I think Keeley was a little too concerned with things running smoothly this year, and I think some things were an overcorrection, right? Like excuse me. How am I sounding? How am I sounding? I'm kind of looking down at the mic bar. I hope I'm not like too quiet today. I also may have over adjusted um because I was rewatching my Shonen Jump stream and like you could hear me breathing funny. I didn't like that. Um but yes, welcome to the stream. Um yeah, so we watched the Game Awards. Um they weren't bad. They were not bad. Um and today I will be going over my favorite reveals, my top 10 reveals from the Game Awards 2023. And in addition to my top 10 things of the Game Awards 2023, I'll make a prediction for each of those 10 things. Um, as is my nature, as is my history as a man who ran a Smash Bros. Prediction podcast for 4 years. So yeah, this will be fun. Um, I guess I guess I'll start with something I didn't like though that isn't going to be on this nice little sheet that I've made. Um like a couple things, right? Like one is like yeah, Jeff was a little too overzealous. He was a little too concerned with things running smoothly. Like the him like starting to play people off at like the 45 or 60-second mark was absurd. Like yeah, I get that Kratos went long last year and he broke a record for longest speech, but these people still won awards. Let them thank their family before like cranking the music up. Um Also, Jeff Keighley founded this thing called the Game Awards Future Class, right? Uh he showcases all these marginalized voices in gaming and like calls them the future of gaming, right? uh and in that he has also stated that like we look to these people to be the voice of the game industry and we want to amplify those voices. So this year, like hundreds of members of the future class that Jeff has inducted wrote an open letter to Jeff Keighley. They were like, hey, you know, uh, the stuff that's happening in Palestine is really messed up right now. We would like you on our behalf to, just take a stance as being anti-genocide. We would really like it if you did that. If you if you showed us that you took our voice seriously. Um, and Keeley then proceeded to ignore that for the entire show. Not only ignore that, but had the audacity to induct new members of the future class without addressing the open letter at all. So, like, I'm not surprised, right? I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he didn't do shit. Like, Israel didn't prevent Hideo Kojima from flying to Los Angeles to show up on the show, so you know, so that's where Keely's concerns end. It seems. Um, other than that, like I I do understand like uh I've heard the justification, right? Like Keely wants to focus on video games at the Game Awards. Um, but these things also affect the games industry, and um I don't know. Yeah. Uh yeah, that's the bottom one thing at the Game Awards 2023. And I feel, you know, it's it's enough of a problem that that Jeff is kind of complicit in his silence. Like clearly he didn't want to ruffle any feathers. Uh it's enough of a problem that I wouldn't feel like I could continue to like cover this in good conscience without pointing that out. But now that I have, you know, I will talk fun gaming stuff, and that's really all I wanted from Jeff. Right? He could go back to the fun gaming stuff after like after just acknowledging the pleas of like hundreds of people that he gave the responsibility of being a voice for the industry. Okay, done rambling about that. Sorry. So yes, 10 things at the Game Awards that I thought were great. 10 of my favorite reveals. We'll start out with an 11th thing. We'll start out with my runner up. My runner up is all the MiHoYo stuff. Um, MiHoYo are the MiHoYo are the Honkai Star Rail guys. They're the Genshin guys. They're the Zenless Zone Zero guys. Um, so it was really cool to. I'm a Honkai man now. I'm a MiHoYo man now, right? Didn't really care too much about MiHoYo stuff when when Honkai when Genshin was happening. When Genshin was the big hotness, I wasn't really invested. My fiance Devin was really into it. I didn't really I didn't really delve into it that much. I played Honkai this year, and I got really hooked on it. Honkai's great. Honkai's fucking awesome. And not only am I enjoying Honkai, but I'm also looking forward to their next thing, Zenless Zone Zero. So it was really cool to see both of those at the show. Um, yeah, uh, yeah, they showed off a very quick glimpse of the next world of Honkai, right? Like the next setting, Penacony, which is like it's kind of wild. We didn't even get to see that last shot, right? When 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 the trailer ran in the Game Awards, they ended the trailer before they showed that final shot of the new setting, so we didn't even really get to see much of it. But we there's still some neat little glimpses of things that I haven't experienced in the game yet. As well as a fun little recap of what I have experienced in the game so far. Um, yeah, yeah, this was cute. This was good. I'm also looking forward to Zenless Zone Zero. A lot of great character designs they showed off. Cool action gameplay. Yeah, I'll be checking that out. Late 2024, I think, is when that's coming out, or no, early 2024. Early 2024. Um, there was a trailer for the new Persona style game, Metaphorio, that didn't quite make my top 10 things list. That's late 2024, and I am looking forward to that. But yeah, that's the runner up. It doesn't quite count as a reveal, right? It doesn't quite count as like a big reveal uh that I can put in a top 10 list. Um while feeling like it's a good objective top 10 list. Not that this is objective. I get pretty subjective. This is very much my taste. But but yeah, I liked the Mihoyo stuff. I liked the Mihoyo stuff. It was good. Um no prediction for that since that's the runner up. 10th place is Light No Fire. Light No Fire is the new game from the No Man's Sky team. Um all footage in-game multiplayer. So they did something really bold here, right? No Man's Sky, if you guys remember, is pretty notorious, right, for showing up at a previous Game Awards or at least a previous Jeff Keighley joint and being like, "Hey, we're a small indie team working on this new game. It's a game where you can fly into space from a planet, land on another planet, and do anything, right? You can explore all this cool stuff, uh, and it looks really amazing." And everyone was wowed by the trailer, including me. And then the game actually came out, and it looked like ass, and and you couldn't do as much as the game implied you could. And then they did something really amazing, which was spend like the next 10 years uh, doing a mea culpa, right? They spent the next 10 years actually turning No Man's Sky into the game they advertised it as, which is really impressive. So, so Sean Murray did something really bold here in being like, hey, here's a game by a small team that's very ambitious that we'd like to show you. Uh, and then they ran this trailer for Light No Fire, which looks as crazy and as ambitious and as like free reign as No Man's Sky did, right? He called it the first true open world game where like a there's this big fantasy world that is actually like to scale, like it's the size of a planet, and you can explore the whole thing with your friends, like in a multiplayer capacity. Um, and it's procedurally generated, I guess. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Um, yeah, man. It gets 10th place. It does look like it looks great. And of course the question is like No Man's Sky wasn't what we thought it would be. How can we really trust the Light No Fire trailer? And here's my prediction. It will actually have a good launch this time. That's my prediction, is that this is actually going to live up to what it's presented here. I think they acknowledge the mistake that they made last time, and I think they're going to avoid making that mistake this time. I think they're not going to show us anything they can't deliver on from this point forward. So yeah, I think Light No Fire will actually be like pretty good. That's that's my. You're definitely intrigued by Light No Fire and agree that it'll have a good launch. Murray can't burn everyone twice in a row. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think he knows that he made an oopsie last time. So I think this will be the oopsie redemption, you know? That's what they should have called it instead of Light No Fire, but instead it's the oopsie redemption. It's they called it Light No Fire instead of the oopsie redemption. That's the one mistake they made this time. Uh but that's that's okay. We'll give them that mistake. We'll give them that one. All right. Ninth place is Felt Guilty Gear Strive. Look at her. Look at her. Look at that. Wait. I yeah. The the she hits you with her butt like after like barreling towards you with the recoil from her gun. Fantastic. A plus. I loved Felt in the previous Guilty Gear game she showed up in, Guilty Gear Xrd. Uh yeah. She's great, super adorable, really fun character. Yeah, they nailed her for this. They nailed it. Um yeah, I'm pumped. She's out. She was essentially a shadow drop. She came out the next day, which is today. And people are already like having fun with her and trying out her kit and playing as her. Fantastic. Um so my prediction is what the next two DLC characters will be in season 3. I think character 3 will be Cronus, which is kind of uh he'd be a new character. He's sort of shown up in cutscenes and stuff. He's one of Asuka R. Krautz's or whatever. He's one of that man's like right hand men. He looks kind of like Q from Street Fighter, and Cronus just sounds like he'll have cool like fucking time manipulation powers. Cronus just sounds like the kind of name that a badass would have. So I think Cronus will be playable, and character 4 will be ABA, who's like this very punk slash goth looking girl from Guilty Gear XX with a giant key that she swings around. That sounds pretty cool. I also noticed that every season pass so far has had two male playable characters and two female playable characters. Um, so yeah, so I think we'll get a boy and a girl next. My guesses are Cronus and ABA. Yeah. All right. My eighth top 10 things at the Game Awards 2023. Pony Island 2, Panda Circus. Um So this is a sequel to Pony Island, the first weird metagame from the creator of Inscription, a guy who has made a bunch of weird metagames. He's done Pony Island, he's done the Hex, he's done Inscription, he's done some game in between those, I think. But yeah, he's notorious. Um, he's notorious for making like weird like meta experiences. So notorious at this point that he's not even pretending that this game isn't like a weird meta experience. Uh, right down to having Sungwon Cho, ProZD, show up like as like a narrative, like kind of an NPC, like kind of a not like a narrator, but yeah, like as a recurring character, right? In this game. Um yeah, which I am pumped about. You honestly thought it'd be higher for me on the strength of Sungwon Cho alone? It's it's on the list mostly for him, yeah. In fact, this is my prediction. Um we'll move this. Um Yeah, we'll do that. It's my top 10 things of the Game Awards and predictions, guys. Um yeah, my prediction is that Sungwon Cho will break character and address the player as himself. Like uh like I think at one like he plays a character named King Yan. King Yan. I've only seen it as words, as text, but he plays a character named King Yan in this game. I think at some point, like he will take off the hat and be like, "Hey, player, I'm not King Yan. I'm Sungwon Cho, YouTuber and voice actor. Uh, what are we doing?" I think something like that will happen over the course of Pony Island 2. Um, and that you will end up interacting with the actor Sungwon Cho instead of King Yan. Like he'll break the act. He'll drop the facade partway through, and the person Sungwon Cho will be part of the meta experience that is Pony Island. That's my guess. That's what I'm thinking will happen. Interacting with him could be fun as a meta thing. Yeah, I that as a dude that has played um like two two of this guy's games, two games from the Pony Island guy, one of them being Pony Island, the other being the Hex. I haven't played Inscription yet. Just having played a couple of this guy's games, that feels like the kind of thing he would do. That's my suspicion that that will happen. All right, seventh place. Seventh place is Usual June, a game that I forgot existed. After I saw the trailer, but then as I was going over announcements and stuff, um, I remembered. It's it's this game. Like kind of cool cell shaded game uh where this girl's like chilling with a ghost and solving mysteries but also doing like action RPG shit. Yeah, remember this? I forgot about this. Uh I feel bad because this looks pretty cool. Um, my prediction is that the soundtrack for this is by the people that did the soundtrack for Steven Universe. Like, well, you can't hear it. I don't have desktop audio on. Um, and anyway, that's probably I'm already in danger here just playing all this footage that I don't own. Um, but playing the music could get me flagged. So, um, but anyway, if you don't remember what it sounds like, go look up the usual June player. Play some of the Go look up the usual June trailer. Play some of it. Listen to the music. I think that Ivy and Sarasu, the duo that made a lot of the Steven Universe soundtrack, are probably secretly working on the soundtrack for this. They haven't confirmed. They haven't confirmed who the composer is yet. So that's my guess. That's my theory. But yeah, Usual June looks cool, and I'm looking forward to it. It's funny that a lot of these announcements ended up being like 2025 announcements, right? Um, like there was, I feel like other game awards have been like, hey, here's something that you can enjoy in a month or two. But a lot of this game awards was like, yeah, here's late 24 or sometime in 2025 or no release date at all. Enjoy. I did enjoy, but that was an interesting trend. All right, sixth place, Visions of Mana, baby. Visions of Mana. Like, man, I don't think I ever could have told you that this was in the works. Actually, it's funny watching it for a while. I'm like, oh, is this a remake of Sword of Mana? Is this a remake of Secret of Mana? It wouldn't. The Secret of Mana already got a remake and not a very good one, and I kind of forgot that existed. But I did think it was a remake of like the first Mana game for a bit. But instead it's a brand new Mana game. Um, and boy, it looks fucking pretty. Boy, this actually looks kind of nice. Um, yeah, like and the enemy design is cool. Like, man, it's pretty, man. I can't believe like they managed to make a Mana game that like looks the way we imagined the Super Nintendo games looking. It's incredible. You know, they really took the art style and made it animated. It's impressive. Changing my prediction to be a bit less vague. The prediction is you can play as more than just that one guy. Um, like, cause this trailer mostly just shows you playing as the protagonist looking dude. You just play as Mana Boy. We see all these other characters that he interacts with, and hold on, I wanted to get to that one shot. Yeah, it's just him doing stuff, him traversing, him swimming around. But then you fight this octopus, right? Yeah, and then you see like him accompanied by friends and stuff. And then that one shot with like, yeah, with, we can clearly tell there are other people running around with him. I think you'll be able to also play as those other characters. That's my guess. You're hoping for co-op multiplayer but not expecting it? Oh, that'd be cool. Co-op multiplayer would be cool. I think there's more than a zero chance, but I wouldn't count on it. Trials of Mana was single player inexplicably, right? Oh yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird that like that the latest Mana games aren't co-op multiplayer, because that's like that's half of the identity of the Super Nintendo Mana games, you know? That's like the point of Secret of Mana and Seiken Densetsu 3. And then the remake of Seiken Densetsu 3 doesn't even have it. Yeah, the TOM remake was single player. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for co-op multiplayer in Visions of Mana. They're probably not expecting more than 3 people to buy this game. Uh but yeah, I do think at least it'll have multiple playable characters. And that I'm hoping it's not a Final Fantasy 16 situation where, you know, you're hanging with your party members but you can only be the one guy. I don't like that as a trend of modern RPGs. I don't like that as a trend. So I'm hoping that, like Trials, everybody's playable. I'm hoping. I'm praying. All right. Number 5. Number 5 is Kemuri from Ikumi Nakamura. Who you might just know. Oh shit, I forgot to. Don't look at this ad. If Lowe's flags me, I'll be so mad. Um Lowe's is like, this is our thanks for playing our ad, but now we're going to flag your account for playing our ad. Um yeah. Akumi Nakamura, one of the most adorable people in gaming. She put a game studio together a little while back. And she's been making a game. This is the game. Kamuri. Fucking parkour ninjas fighting like cool yokai looking things. We don't know much about it yet besides this one trailer, and that Akumi's been working on it and she wanted to show us the concept. Like basically she's like, "Hey, I'm not ready to show you gameplay yet, but I want to show you the concept because of your support, because you guys and your engagement with me means so much to me. Here's a here's the thing I'm working on. Here's the thing I'm working on." I love it. I love the style it has. I love the personality it's got. If the game looks even a little like this, I'm in, you know? I'm in as hell. You're so excited for this one. It just looks so dope with the designs and the yokai stuff. Yeah, man. I love how much of Ikumi Nakamura is like in this one video, in this one concept, you know? Like blazing fast action, but also like elements of like horror and yokai and like spiritual creatures and stuff, right? Uh but all in this like urban setting also. Rad as hell. I think this could be awesome. Um Here's my prediction though. Next time we see it will be a Kickstarter launch. I think I don't know how Ikumi's making money right now. And my guess is that like sometime in 2024 or even 2025, it'll be like, "Hi, we have some gameplay for you, but also we need your help funding the rest of the game. Please back us on Kickstarter." And everyone who uh everyone who gives us $10,000 will get a personalized message from Ikumi Nakamura, just you know, saying hi to you and talking about uh what female video game character she's been thirsting over lately. And then the game will make $100,000 in an hour. Actually, that's kind of that's a low estimate. Actually, the game will make $1 million in 2 hours. That's yeah, that's my prediction. Shit, fuck, Google. How do I make $10,000? Yeah. All right. Next up. Well, I'll be done with this whole stream way sooner than I thought. Number 4, Monster Hunter Wilds. It was this was the last reveal of the Game Awards, and it was really fun to watch this with Sean and with Devin. Sean, as you may know, is a big Monster Hunter guy. Uh, and the three of us just like over the course of this going like, is this Monster Hunter? Is this Monster Hunter? Ah, ah, it's Monster Hunter. Yeah, like obviously it was great to be next to the biggest Monster Hunter fan I know and see him get really excited about this. You're really hoping, Sean in chat is saying he's really hoping that this is finally open world Monster Hunter instead of a series of biomes. Yeah, honestly, I think you might be onto something there, especially Monster Hunter Wilds, you know, like that does make it seem like things are going to be much more open. Cuz I think they only listed like the next gen systems too. They're like, "Hey, we're going to we're going to make this open world, right? We're going to make this more seamless than ever." And that's why we're only going to run this on systems that can handle that. Oh, that says PS5, but I am running the PlayStation YouTube version of this trailer. So that's why. I think it's also confirmed for Xbox. But yeah, this looks great. This does look pretty cool. I skipped Monster Hunter Rise, right? I skipped it. But I could see myself maybe checking out Monster Hunter Wilds. Uh Like, yeah, mounts are cool. Those funky little things are cool. Oh man, yeah, like the weather stuff. I also really like um I you have to really hook me with your concept if you're going to make me play another game that's set in like a feudal Japan setting, right? I don't necessarily dislike feudal Japan as a setting, but uh it doesn't stir much within me, right? It won't be the reason I play your game. However, this seems like a Wild West setting. This seems like they went in the opposite direction. They're like, oh yeah, let's just set this game in Nevada. And that seems that I'm much more interested in, you know, like kind of Capcom putting a bunch of weird monsters in like that setting. Yeah. Sign me up. Yeah. This was a great last trailer, I think. This was a great finale to put. Yeah, great. Definitely my number 4 easy. My prediction for Monster Hunter Wilds is the return of Fart Monkey, baby. If you're going to set this in the West, if you're going to set this in fantasy America, what's more American than a big old monkey that farts? You've had the fart monkey in previous games, and you've been hiding him from us. It's time. It's time, Capcom. It's time. Third place, OD, the Kojima and Jordan Peele project. Conga Lala is the name of the fart monkey. Thank you. Eeh. Okay. So just adjusting myself camera before I so the coolest thing about this game is something I won't be showing because I don't want to get copyright held, right? Last year, well, no, earlier this year, I did a Summer Game Fest reveal trailer that was kind of like this, like a reveal stream where I talk about my favorite Summer Game Fest reveals. And I talked about Spider-Man 2, and I used footage of Spider-Man 2 that was a guy on the Summer Game Fest stage talking, like, revealing the Spider-Man 2 release date, and when I tried to port that over to YouTube, I they shut it down. They're like, nope, this is copyrighted. You can't air this, specifically because of that footage that I aired without sound in a small window like this. None of the trailer footage got flagged, but that did. So I'm going to err on this. I'm going to err on the side of caution this time and not show any footage of the actual show floor for the Game Awards, which means that the coolest thing about this trailer, which is uh, Kojima in bright red shoes stepping out of a glowing door, talking about his project for a minute, and then Jordan Peele stepping out of the same door in also big bright red shoes. Uh, and then the two of them saying that, yeah, they're collaborating on a horror game together for Xbox. Um, yeah, I can't show that part on my stream. It might get me in trouble if I do that. So instead, just look at these faces that look so real that it's like that it might actually cross over the uncanny valley, right? Like they, god, these are just like real looking faces, but you can also tell they're being rendered in a game engine, but also they don't look like weird and plasticky and, oh, well, except this guy. But also that looks good too. You're very interested in this even though we have no info yet, basically. Yeah, I feel like this would be even higher um if like we'd seen any gameplay at all, right? I do I do like the strength of the duo on display. Kojima and Jordan Peele collaborating on a horror game. That by itself, yeah, that makes third place for me. Even though like I'm not even that into Kojima games. But fuck, I can't pretend that's not intriguing as hell. Um I'm sure we're not gonna see. I'm sure we're not gonna get to play this game until like 2027. But like, yeah, fuck, man, cool shit. My prediction. My prediction: Guillermo del Toro is on board. Um, Kojima said that basically he has other creative minds on board that he can't reveal yet. But he's basically assembled like the Avengers in terms of like horror media creators. So I think Guillermo del Toro is there, and I think he's gonna make some freaky, freaky monsters for Kojima to put in his game. Like, like yeah, him and Guillermo are so tight that Guillermo just made a cameo. Right? Guillermo was just a supporting character in Death Stranding. He didn't actually contribute anything creatively, but I think he did this time. I feel I feel like when Death Stranding was a thing, there was like something legal that prevented Guillermo from like writing for Kojima's game, right? I feel like that is I, I feel like those restrictions are gone and that Guillermo will get to contribute like to the story and to the creative process this time. So Kojima and Jordan Peele and Guillermo del Toro, God, that it's going to be a fascinating project, whether or not it's a good video game. You know, even if Norman Reedus just like walks on like to the game like 5 minutes in and just like looks at the camera, he goes, "You're the president of jack shit," and then like the credits roll, and that's OD. I'll be really interested in the 5 minutes that happened before that. You know, there'll be an I think it'll be an incredible 5 minutes. God, that man is so freaky looking. That's a real man. That's a real man. He looks so freaky. All right, second place. Second place is five Sega revivals that all got announced at the same time in this one trailer, right? Like first it's just like these two people chilling, right? Like half of this 1 minute long trailer is just like this skit where they're hanging out in their dorm playing video games. They're funny, you know. Hey, did you save? Duh. Of course I saved. Then what's happened? Oh, the arcade machine, the Shinobi arcade machine in our dorm room. Ooh. Yeah, and then like it's like, "Oh, that you saw a Shinobi arcade machine, but this looks like a Jet Set Radio. Oh, what's this? Well, oh, there's Shinobi. Well, oh my God, that's Shinobi. Oh fuck. Oh, hey. Oh, is that Golden Axe? Well, I don't remember these games. I don't remember them looking like this. Oh shit. Shit. Like yeah, like fucking five Sega like old Sega properties are getting revived on like next gen systems, like just looking really good, you know. Okay, I don't need to see the whole skit every time this loops. Um yeah. Like a Jet Set Radio remake looks like. Maybe it's a brand new game. A new Streets of Rage game. That's cool. Shinobi looks great. God, that looks so good. Really love the art style on display there. I feel like Golden Axe is not going to be as good as it looks. And then Crazy Taxi, a new Crazy Taxi game. Yeah, wild, man. Wild. You just announced 5 games in the span of like a minute. really in the span of like 40 seconds, and then you dipped. God. And you like you can spend the next year just giving us more information about each of those 5 games. But the craziest thing is you ended the trailer by going Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Crazy Taxi, and more. You have more revivals in development. That's such a nuts announcement. They said in an interview like afterwards, they're like, yeah, so like we have finally made enough money on a combination of Sonic, Yakuza, and Persona. Like we've made those three like our pillars, right? And those have finally made us so much money that we can start branching out and experimenting and like reviving these old properties and see what sticks there. Uh God, I'm so excited for like this chapter of Sega, right? I'm so pumped to see like what which of these revivals are actually good. But of course, my prediction is going to involve the and more, right? The prediction is going to be the and more. Um, so prediction, for three and mores, I think we'll get a Virtual Fighter revival, and I think the Virtual Fighter revival will like be they're finally gonna stop trying to be like really grounded with the fighting in Virtual Fighter because because I you know that's that's Virtual Fighter's identity, but also it stopped them from growing, you know? Like people aren't really buying really grounded fighting games anymore. So I think they're gonna do something weird with Virtual Fighter, but I think they're gonna bring back Virtual Fighter. I think we're gonna get a Comics Zone revival. Um and like and yeah, it'll be like a 2D game, but like the comic book stuff it'll do, like it'll look like you're in a comic book and they'll do really cool comic book stuff. It'll look really nice. And just like a remake of Billy Hatcher. Virtual Fighter Comic Zone and Billy Hatcher revivals, I think are some of the other stuff in development. I forgot Skies of Arcadia existed when I wrote that prediction down. Maybe I should swap out Billy Hatcher for Skies of Arcadia. I think Skies of Arcadia is much more likely than Billy Hatcher. Whatever. Virtual Fighter Comic Zone, Billy Hatcher, and Skies of Arcadia. I'm not going to write Skies of Arcadia down. I don't have space for it. Okay. Very excited to see the promise of 3D Streets of Rage finally realized after the Dreamcast version never came out. Oh yeah, that's right, because they were working on that 3D Streets of Rage and then they stopped working on that 3D Streets of Rage. Yeah, I'm really intrigued. I'm really intrigued by 3D Streets of Rage. I forgot about Streets of Rage 4, you know? I wonder if this will be after the events of Streets of Rage 4. It does look like that's like an older Axel, you know, that looks like the character is still older. Um all right, but last first place, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. New game from Don't Nod, creators of Life is Strange. And yeah, like it looks very Life is Strangey, right? It opens with these teen girls doing teen girl stuff. then getting involved in some kind of tragedy, like Life is Strange characters do, then they find this hole. They find this fucking eldritch hole. Their tape stops recording. And then 20 years later, why now? Fuck, that's such a great hook. That's so cool. Like that game can be so many things, right? Like it's such a great teaser. It's like yeah, love this kind of Stand By Me uh but you know, but with more of like a feminine lens, right? Like I love that already. Like that's a great thing. But then like you start involving like horror stuff and then like kind of the passage of time and like are you going to get to play as the older characters and then the younger characters and like keep alternating between them? Like, you know, uh will you get to play as multiple characters? Are each of those four girls going to be playable? Uh is it just going to be her? I am excited for any of the answers to that. I guess I should. This is my number. This is your number one. But are we surprised? My fiance Devin said that, so no, we're not surprised. A lot of cool narrative potential with this one. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, my prediction, my last prediction of the evening. TikTok will blow this up. TikTok will blow this up, baby. I think yeah. Um like you can't assume that anymore with the Don't Nod game, right? Because like Tumblr blew up Life is Strange. Tumblr blew the hell out of Life is Strange, which allowed Life is Strange to become like a franchise. And and the subsequent games in the franchise were never as successful as the first Life is Strange, because it wasn't exclusively about lesbians, and Tumblr didn't care about it as much. Um, you can be gay in both of them, but like it's less of a focus, obviously. Uh, you be gay in both of the sequels. You be gay in Life is Strange 2 and Life is Strange True Colors. True Colors is the best one. It's the secret best one. But but yeah, my guess is that you will be very gay in Lost Records Bloom and Rage. I think one of the things you'll be able to do in Lost Records Bloom and Rage is be incredibly gay. Um and I think there's going to be a lot of like great like shippable character interactions that go viral on TikTok and blow this game up. I think Lost Records could end up being Don't Nod's next franchise. Uh yeah. This has got so much potential and I think Don't Nod tends to make janky ass games with a lot of really cool concepts. Um and I think this game will have its share of jank, but I think it will also do a lot of living up to its potential because Don't Nod has improved as a developer over the years, you know? Um so yeah, that's the thought. Um yeah, so that's my shit, man. So yeah, my top 10 things of the Game Awards 2023 and 10 predictions. All the Mihoyo stuff as a runner up. Light No Fire in 10th place. I think it'll actually have a good launch this time. FL and Guilty Gear Strive in ninth place. I think she'll be joined by Cronus and ABA to fill out the rest of Season Pass 3. Pony Island 2 Panda Circus. I think Sungwon Cho will break character and address the player as himself in the game. We won't know until 2025 or maybe even 2026. That's what I think will happen. Seventh place is Usual June. I think the music is by the Steven Universe guys. Visions of Mana is sixth place. I think you can play as more than just that one guy. Ikumi Nakamura's Kemuri is fifth place. I think it's going to launch a Kickstarter to be able to afford that ambitious game that we haven't even really seen yet. Monster Hunter Wilds in fourth place, which I think will feature the return of Fart Monkey, aka Kongalala, aka Fart Monkey. Kojima and Jordan Peele's OD in third place. And I think it will also be Kojima, Jordan Peele, and Guillermo del Toro's OD. The five Sega revivals are in second place. I think they'll be joined by Virtual Fighter, Comic Zone, Billy Hatcher, and Skies of Arcadia. Not written down, but in my heart and mind and brain and nose. Skies of Arcadia is in my nose. It's very itchy. And first place, Lost Records, Boom and Rage, which I believe with my heart of hearts that TikTok will blow up. That's what I got for you tonight. Yeah, I guess that's the stream. I didn't really have any there weren't really any shadow drops tonight that I can really interact with, you know? Um like they shadow dropped some Final Fantasy 16 DLC, but I haven't even started Final Fantasy 16 yet or bought it, you know? Like there's Felt, but I don't I think I have Guilty Gear Xrd. Guilty Gear Strive, sorry. I think I have Guilty Gear Strive, but I don't have any of the DLC characters for it. And I didn't have the foresight to just stream Star Rail for the rest of the night. It's funny, I am just gonna play Star Rail after I'm done streaming. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm really in a. Hey, I'm not sure I'm in a position where it'd be a good stream because like my last Honkai stream, right, was me playing the beginning of the game. And now I'm just like in a bunch of end game stuff. Um, like and not just end game stuff, but I'm basically like right now I'm just in a point where I'm like grinding a bunch of my characters. I don't know if that doesn't feel like a very good or interesting stream to me. Um, I feel like at some point though, before the year's over, I'll just end up streaming some Star Rail stuff when I'm like, yeah, when I can like stream, I think the latest Honkai stuff when I'm in a position to do that instead of just like weird like middle stuff. Maybe I'll stream my Star Rail progress. Um, fun suggestion though. Don't hate the suggestion. But yeah, this might be a short stream. This might just be like a mini stream tonight where I've presented to you my predictions. Yeah. Um that's why they call you suggestions. Yeah, that's what I call you all day, all night. But yeah, this Game Awards wasn't bad, you know. Like I wish Jeff Keighley had a spine, right? Like I wish in addition to be like to being such a dedicated like entertainer and host, he was also like a good person. That's what I wish. I wish that he didn't just ignore that open letter, uh, asking him to acknowledge the atrocities in Palestine. Right? Like I wish, uh, I wish he dedicated like 10 seconds of his 4 hour show to that. But but other than that, I think the show ran okay. Um, Here's your prediction. During Game Awards 2024, Jeff Keighley still won't have a spine. Parentheses sad. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Like the reveals were fun though. Like obviously, like um. Yeah. Like I am looking forward to a lot of stuff that got announced tonight. Um. And maybe around this time next year I'll see how any of my predictions went. The thing is, like, a lot of these we won't have the answer to a lot of these for a good half of these until 2025, right? Like, um I mean, yeah, Light No Fire, that's not a 2024 game. FL did come out today, but like, the other characters will release through 2024. Pony Island 2, 2025 at the earliest, maybe 2026. Uh, I think Usual June is also a 2025 game. Does Visions of Mana have a release date? 2024. Okay. Visions of Mana is 2024, so there's that. Camody doesn't have a release date. Monster Hunter Wilds is 2025. Um, OD, I'm guessing does not even have 2025. It's just that'll come out when it's ready. None of the Sega revivals have a release date. Like, we don't even know if any of those are coming out in 2024, right? Like, the phrase "these games are now in development" always gives you the vibe that it's gonna be a while before they come out. But one of those has to be 2024, right? At least one of them. And Lost Records Bloom and Rage. I forget if that said was that did that yeah, that said like fall 2024, right? Late 2024. Target of late 2024. Oh. um Producer Luke Bagadust revealed that there will be more games in the Lost Records label, with Bloom and Rage being the first in the series. Also, there's actually a little plot detail that I didn't know about. In the summer of 1995, four high school friends named Swan, Nora, Autumn, and Kat. At least one of those is a lesbian. That's me talking, not the synopsis. Sorry, I'll just say the synopsis first. In the summer of 1995, four high school friends named Swan, Nora, Autumn, Kat undertake a journey that leads to creation of a secret so massive they decide to bury it and never speak to each other again. 27 years later, the secret gets uncovered, forcing them to speak again. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to be a video game, but I am very interested. Yeah, you're so excited. I'm so excited. That is exciting. That's exciting as hell. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, cool. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow yet. I feel like I should stream tomorrow, but I don't know what I'm doing. Um, wonder if there are any 2023 games that like where was Hades 2? Great great question. Um Supergiant Games kind of already mentioned um earlier this year that Hades 2 wasn't going to hit early access until sometime in 2024, right? So we kind of um like we kind of knew the game wasn't coming out this year. So I guess they're just working on it right now. Supergiant Games is just working on Hades 2. You saw them say Q2? Oh, was it Q2? Okay, that's cool. Q2 would be nice. Yeah. April, May, June. That'd be a cool time for early access to launch. Also, no Silk Song. I just realized. I think it's good that I didn't make myself expect that. I actually tempered my expectations and they were proven correct. No Silk Song. Um, something else where it's like, oh, this didn't show up at all. That's strange. Oh yeah, there was no Street Fighter DLC character. I thought we'd get like an Ed teaser, you know, but no, no Ed teaser. I wonder if I wonder if he's more than a month out, you know? I wonder if he's going to be a like a February character and not a January character. Ed, more like dead. That was very funny. Jeff's going to announce Hideo DLC to every world premiere. Honestly, I'm sure that Hideo would if he were given permission. I'm sure that he would contribute to every game if he had the time and the access. Yeah. Yeah. What next time next big announcement type thing we could probably expect is what Summer Game Fest next summer. There'll probably be some Nintendo Directs and stuff, obviously, in between Sony showcases and whatnot. Um, yeah, I think like yeah, I think what I want to know the most about going into the next year is like the Sega stuff, Lost Records, and then like Visions of Mana, right? Like I know that it's gonna be a while before I hear anything more about Kamuri, and that's fine. I'll be I'll be ready. I'll be ready when Ikumi wants to tell me more. But but yeah, I'm not feeling impatient about that. I am feeling impatient about the Sega stuff. I need to know more about the Sega stuff now. I want to know more about Lost Records now. I want to see what the game plays like. Um I just want a release date for Metaphoria ReFantasia, right? Like I just want to know exactly when that comes out. Uh and I want to play it. I want to play that game. Yep. But yeah, thanks for watching the mini stream tonight, guys. Yeah, still don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Still don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Will probably be a stream. It'll probably be a stream. I just don't know what it's gonna be. I'm asking for too much. Finish Zelda tomorrow. Hmm. Playing some Zelda is not the worst idea, except like that's one of those I played some of it off stream, so it would feel weird to pick up where I left off. I'm also because I also definitely wouldn't be finishing Zelda tomorrow. I've done one temple in that game. Finish the game so that you can start pronouncing the title correctly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I've internalized Tears of the Kingdom uh instead of Tears of the Kingdom, which is what everyone else is pronouncing it as, because clearly there are tears in the game. But to be fair to me, there's also tears in the game. There's a bunch of tears in the ground, and you jump through the tears to get into the underground, and that's why the way I pronounce it is forever ruined, because I see the tears. I saw the tears before I saw the tears, and that's Nintendo's fault. I'm full of tears, or am I full of tears? I don't know what you mean. I am full of tears. I'm an emotional man. They're holes. Yeah. What is a hole but a tear in the ground? What is a hole? Um. Hmm. Legend of Zelda: Holes of Hyrule. Go to bed. Yeah, I might. It's hmm. What have I playing something 2023 would be a good idea for me. I've been playing a lot of RPGs on here lately, and I feel like I want to mix it up a bit, but I don't know what I'd mix it up with exactly. Um, could just do another Street Fighter stream. Well, I suppose I'll figure it out. And if you don't see me tomorrow evening, I didn't figure anything out, and I'm sorry. But Monday I'll be back with more Star Ocean. Um, last Monday, internet was so bad that I couldn't stream, so I didn't do Star Ocean last Monday. So, uh, the Cosmos allowing, I'll definitely do. I'll definitely do more Star Ocean this coming Monday. Um, and then I guess I'll put together a more concrete schedule of stuff I wanna play over the course of the month, because it's mostly going to be me catching up on 2023 games. Uh yeah, I guess I'll just have to decide what 2023 games I play, because like there's this weird, it's like, okay, do I want to play this on stream, or do I want the freedom to play it whenever, including when I'm not on stream? And like, for example, Baldur's Gate 3 might be the latter, right? Especially since my goofy little Garblin died like immediately. I still have that save file. I could just keep the Garblin going. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, stay tuned. Keep an eye on my schedule. Um, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys soon, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's Monday. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the stream tonight. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks everybody.